Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And today I am going to be talking about healing integration. What is healing integration, and why is healing integration important? But before we get started, I kind of wanted to drop into the essence of gratitude. I want to thank everyone who is part of the Cosmic Light Activation membership. Thank you so much for being part of this group. I'm so grateful for all of you. For supporting this channel, supporting my dream, which is to have the space and to weave community in here, and so I'm just so grateful for each one of you. I kind of wanted to mention that if you're interested in supporting this channel, I don't have anyone necessarily coming in from the outside. I don't have any companies supporting me or anything like that. I really want to make sure that this channel is supported fully by the community, so that all the decisions that are made by the community for the community, and there's no outside influences coming in. So I kind of want to take a moment just to thank you, especially if you're watching this video as well. You are supporting this channel, so thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to watch it till the end. And if you find that this video is helpful for you, I want to invite you to share and like this video, so that we can get more people interested in watching this video and let YouTube know that this is a good video to watch. And I also wanted to invite you to kind of come forth and sign up for my email list at thebloominglotushealing.com. You go into my website, you scroll all the way down, and you can sign up for my email list. If you want to be part of the Cosmic Light Activation group and take advantage of the monthly Akashic clearings that we do for the month. And this is a really great way to practice energetic hygiene, disconnect yourself from anything that's being picked up for throughout the week or throughout the month. It's just a really great way to just disconnect from all the collective stuff that we don't need to be carrying on top of our own stuff, right? So do consider signing up to the email list, so that way you know when I open that next, and also when I have any classes coming up. Also, make sure that you subscribe to this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. And so let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so I kind of wanted to just talk about this specific thing, which I never thought I really needed to explain this, but it's something that's really not talked about in the healing community. And we have this thing where we want to talk about how you got to heal, you got to do all this stuff, you got to work hard on your healing, and this and that, and it's all great and wonderful. And I'm all for that, right? Because of course I'm a healing facilitator. I work with Akashic Records. I love clearing and helping people move energies out of their system so that they can make better decisions. However, I feel that we miss the part of the integration process that has to happen after we do some sort of healing. It doesn't matter if you do healing with me or anyone else. It's important that you really practice integration as a way of, incorporating that new energy into your life. And so what exactly is integration? So integration is basically it's the process of resting and reflecting and incorporating change into your life after a healing session. And your healing session can be from receiving reiki from someone, receiving maybe a healing session with me, clearing the Akashic records, or it can be something such as working with plant medicine, maybe getting going to an ayahuasca retreat, or going to a psilocybin, a mushroom psilocybin retreat, or even working with the plant medicine of cannabis. It can be any of these, right? And so once you receive the messages and the healing, right, and you feel the shift, right, in your life, it's important that you take the moment to practice the slow down, right, of the energy, like allowing yourself to weave in, right, that feminine energy, so that you can allow yourself to receive fully, in its full capacity, the healing that was really meant for you. If you don't do that, what happens is there's almost like this incomplete thing that happens for us, right? And so this is the reason why it's important for us to practice the healing integration, because that is going to be part of your process of really anchoring the changes into your daily life. Otherwise, basically, we are just practicing we're practicing something. We may be, doing it, but it's kind of like it stays in the egoic mind, and it doesn't really make any lasting changes. So for example, if you're someone who you've been maybe practicing receiving a lot of healing, and you've been trying so hard, and you're like, okay, I'm trying to do this, and everything is going to be done in the spiritual, and everything's going to be done on the energetic. Absolutely, there's a lot of stuff that happens on the energetic that does create change, immediate change at the physical and at the mental and the emotional. Absolutely, that's true. However, there's still going to be some work that you're going to have to do. Otherwise, we're going to be practicing spiritual and mental gymnastics with ourselves, and then we're going to be running in circles that is just so unnecessary. So I kind of want to give you a couple of tips in regards to how to apply integration, and make it like a real practical way for you to actually, feel into the new energies, feel into the new space, and allow yourself to really slow down after the let's say the spiritual purge or the energetic purge. A lot of times when you're going um through this process of healing, there's going to be this kind of like I was actually listening to this podcast, and there was this woman talking about how sometimes we are operating from a stress or anxiety response into our healing process. So then when we're kind of like in this hurry to clear and heal everything at once because we want to get rid of it now, and that is coming from a place of basically a space of stress and a space of anxiety, and it's not really conscious, right? It's kind of coming from a place of the unconscious, right? Because we're in that moment of uncomfort. So the first thing you want to do is you really want to get comfortable with the uncomfort, right? Allowing yourself to be comfortable in the uncomfort is going to allow you to really find and go deeper into the wisdom and the information that uncomfort is trying to bring into your life. So when you're integrating, the healing session, you might find yourself maybe experiencing some discomfort. Doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does. This discomfort is really there to speak to you about something. And so when we lean into that discomfort and we allow ourselves to just really listen to that part of us that wants to speak to us, then eventually, once we really give that part of us that attention and that presence, right? Then that's going to shift. It's going to help us shift that energy forward, and so that we can continue the release. A lot of times the release continues even after a session or even before a session, right? So for example, if you make a decision to get a clearing with me, you might have things that show up before your session, or you might have things that show up after the session because they needed to be integrated, that needed to be released in a very specific way for you. And so really being comfortable with that uncomfort, it's an important step, right? The next step that you want to do is that you want to allow yourself to question, but from a place of curiosity, right? Question, okay, what parts of me do I need to realign into the space of where I want to be? So it's all good and dandy. We want to make changes. We want to have changes, immediate changes, but these changes need to be done also at a level of the action taking, right? We're kind of having this dance with spirit, right? We receive the healing, the energetic healing, but we also got to have this dance with spirit. And I'm speaking from my own experience, right? I've done a lot of work for myself, and I'm still learning how to really integrate so much more of the changes within me. So now let's say you're someone that's been trying to implement changes in your life, and you're like, Jakara, this is really hard, like, this is very difficult for me. It's okay, the changes are not going to happen right away, but just know that as you are implementing those changes, that is part of your integration. So that's the reason why it's important that you know that as you're going through this integration process, that you become more and more aware of the fact that you are also responsible for part of that change. Not, and I know that sometimes that word responsibility can be a little scary, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm responsible. Yes, but that also the idea here is to empower you in the way that you can feel this beautiful essence of, wow, I am making changes myself, and I am powerful, and I can actually see this change from point A to point B, right? And so definitely connecting to those changes, to the actions, right, is important. Another way that you want to, or another thing that you want to make sure that you practice as a way of integrating your healing sessions, is to allow yourself to slow down. I know it sounds very simple, but it's really so important. Sometimes we're so busy, right? We're busy with kids, we're busy with family, we're busy with friends, we're busy, buzzing around like little bees. And we forget that we need to really allow ourselves to listen to ourselves and be like, okay, let me listen to what I need at this moment, right? What do I need at this moment? And what is it that is happening inside of me? We're so outwardly focused that when shifts happen within us, we're not even noticing these shifts because we're so outwardly focused. So it's important that you allow yourself to slow down. And this is a big aspect of the work that I am doing personally myself right now, is bringing in that feminine energy into the very masculine way of being, right? So, long gone are the days where we're always, we're kind of shifting, right, earth into a space of really bringing everything into balance. The masculine is absolutely necessary. The actions and the doing and the yes and let's do this, let's go, like warrior. Absolutely, we need that. But there's also that other part that needs to be acknowledged inside of us, that's always ignored. And we kind of keep going until we're like exhausted. You could even experience healing exhaustion. Okay. And so that's why it's important to bring in that essence of the integration slowdown, right? Like allowing ourselves to be like, okay, let me just scale it back a little bit and allow myself to really feel into the shifts that I am experiencing, and how do I want to start. What are the first things that I want to start shifting for myself, right? Like, what are the first steps that I want to take? And then the other thing that you want to do, and that you want to consider as well, is to understand that integration, even in the word, when I think of integration, it feels very layered, right? Just like healing is very layered, integration is as well. So you may feel the need to heal, to apply healing, or to go and release some things, or to purge certain things energetically or karmically. And then in the process of integration, you're like, okay, I'm ready for the next one, but you may have some more integration to do. So I would say, if you're still feeling like you still need to integrate something, I would slow down on the healing sessions. And you're probably thinking, well, Jakara, like, how is this helping you? Well, listen, I am here to support you in your journey, and I want to make sure that you're doing this in a way that is safe, that is compassionate, that it feels aligned, and that feels right for you. It doesn't do me any good if I send all this healing to you and you're still trying to integrate and you're not seeing changes in your life. It doesn't help, right? So it's important that you really start seeing the changes and you start really reflecting. So, when you go get healing, whether it is with me or anyone else, you want to really allow yourself to reflect. What is it that I'm trying to change? And again, how can I align my actions to match this change that I'm inviting into my life, to match this healing and this energetic shift that I have invited into my life, right? Because again, if we, for example, go out and we apply healing, and but for certain programs, maybe some thought processes have been very heavy that created certain programs that were discordant and energetically heavy for you, and then you don't change the way you're thinking, right? And you're just basically just still talking about it to yourself and you're not shifting. Then that integration of that healing is going to be a little harder, right? And so it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. And one thing that I want to say too is that you don't have to have the perfection, right? Of like, oh wow, like I have to be perfect at the way I speak, at the way I treat myself, and the actions that I take. And you want to just you do your best, right? You do your best, and spirit can see, right? Spirit can see what you're doing. Spirit can definitely sense and feel, because you're part of you are spirit, right? And so don't feel like you have to have, again, everything figured out at once, but it's important that you really practice this and you integrate this into your journey, into your healing journey, whether you're working with me or not, please do integration. Slow down, give yourself some space. One of the things that I've done with certain clients is, I've been like, okay, let's slow down. Yes, you can come in maybe once a month, maybe twice a month with me, maybe, but doing it more than that doesn't allow you to shift, to unfold into the changes, right? And so my prayer is that with learning about integration, that you can practice more compassion in your healing journey, that you can practice more more of that feminine energy in your healing journey, that you can really weave in that presence in your healing journey, because it's such an important step towards change in our lives, towards anchoring all the full changes from the 5D all the way to the 3D, right? And so I hope that this helped you. Let me know in the comments if you want to learn more about healing, and integration, and what things to consider in your healing. I'll be happy to oblige. So let me know in the comments, or if you have any other requests, let me know in the comments as well. Now, I kind of wanted to mention too, for those of you who don't know, I do Akashic record clearings, and so I basically work within the records using a specific modality called spiritual response therapy. And you can book a session with me at thebloomilotushealing.com, and definitely, you can go there and go to book a session, and you can work with me. If you're not sure what to book because you're still kind of new to this, you could always book a discovery session, which is a short 30-minute session that allows us to talk, and then we'll apply some a little bit of energy healing, archangelic healing, and then we can move into helping you figure out what session you need. So please feel free to book the discovery call to help you in that process of choosing. Typically, what I recommend people is to start with a 2-hour session if it's your first time, so that we can go in and clear as much as we can, and then make sure that you have clear intention. So this is intended for those who want to work with or release any karmic energies that are affecting them at this moment. So that is the bulk of my work, and I'm so grateful to be of service to you. So I want to take a moment to thank you, and please do consider sharing and liking this video if this video helped you. And I want to thank you again for watching, and namaste.